Greetings to all South African education system students. A warm welcome to this brief session of the introduction of the module. My name is Dr. ZT Shembe. I am actually the primary lecturer for this module for SAE. Now, for communication purposes, you can contact me at this email that is displayed here. Most of you have used it, but those who haven't, here is the way to communicate with me so that I can be able to respond as quickly as possible. Now, this module, the SAE3701 module, regarding the study material, it has only one study guide for it. And then in addition, there are various articles that you can access from the e-reserves. So please make use of those articles because they contain the information regarding your assignments as well as your examination. For this module, there is no textbook, just the study guide and the e-reserves. Now, this module, one aspect deals with the historical part of our education system from the pre-colonial era up to the present. So you would be wondering, why do we need to learn about things that happened long, long ago? Now the reasons are, we want to improve the quality of education, to strengthen the professional competence of the teachers, to understand our own education system, because it is very, very important to work in a system that you understand, to make comparisons within a historical perspective. In other words, to see where the flaws were so that they can be rectified. Now, the demarcation of this module is divided into 6 learning units. The first one, as I have mentioned, is Unit 1 deals with historical overview of South African education. Unit 2 is about education in a new South Africa. This means that education after the democratic era, after 1994. And then Unit 3 talks about children in schools. And Unit 4 is about teachers, schools, and the curriculum. Unit 5 deals with facing the challenges, a framework of ethics. And Unit 6 talks about professionalism in teachers in South African schools. Now, what each unit sets out to do, in other words, what is the purpose of each of these units? Now, Learning Unit 1, it aims or it targets to place South African education within a historical context, to analyze South African education system from different eras so that we can see the difference, to recognize the changes made in the post-apartheid education. That's the purpose of Learning Unit 1. Learning Unit 2, it explains why a post-apartheid education was adopted. It describes notions of teacher professionality. It assesses South African education and also to discuss the changes to the system after 1994. In other words, in the new South Africa. In Unit 3, sets out to highlight the impact of legislative changes made to schooling and numbers of children in schools over the last 20 years. Learning Unit 4 sets out to contextualize the role of South African teachers in post-apartheid society, to address the expectations the curriculum has of teachers. Learning Unit number 5, to touch on the issues that can assist teachers in understanding social inequalities, reflecting on their practice and operating within an ethical framework, because teachers must always act within an ethical boundary. They cannot do as they wish. Learning Unit 6, to put forward teachers' views on professionalism in South African schools, to explain and expand on the term bifurcation. I also hope you will be able to understand the role of the teacher as a professional. In other words, what is expected of you as a professional. Now, there are important tutorials that you need to have. Tutorial letter 101, which contains all the assignments. Tutorial letter 001 for 2021, which contains the new dates. Remember, the dates for the original dates for assignments had to be changed due to the late registration of the students, more especially the first year students. So tutorial letter 001 contains that information, and please adhere to these dates of the tutorial letter 001. Towards the end of the year, towards just before exam, you will receive tutorial letter 201. It will contain all your assignments with the answers. And it will also contain important information about examination, what is going to be in examination, what to expect, how to go about answering your questions, and so on. And then lastly, the important tutorial as well is the study guide for you. It will help you to, to go through your work, because it contains a lot of questions that you must answer. And by answering these questions, then you are learning, you are somehow studying for the assignments as well as the examination. Thank you so much, students. I believe this is just a beginning, and we still have a lot of work to do. We are going to be doing all these units separately so that you can better understand them, so that you can better get a know-how of what is expected, what each unit is dealing with. But for now, I thank you all. I wish you all the best with your studies for this year, and I hope that you will find SAE3701 and an enjoyable module and a worthwhile module. I thank you.